She was 21 years old, mind you. How she went from swiping the card to, he says, here's her numbers, and he actually showed me the books. That month prior, I think she'd made like $23,000. The month prior to that, she made $31,000, and the month prior to that, she made like $18,000. And I
Wow.
said, well, how is she able to make so much money? She doesn't even have any experience. She's only been in the business a few months. I remember distinctly, Vladimir, the story that put me over the edge. There at the time, there was like a 21-year-old, and the manager of that office, I believe it was a Coldwell banker. The manager of that office said, yeah, you know what? Let's just call her Lisa. I don't know what her name was now, but let's just call her Lisa. I met Lisa about 6 months ago. She was the card swiper at the gym I go to.
Wow.
So back then, you'd have a gym card and you'd have to swipe it. She was at the front desk. She had a great personality. He says, yeah, you know what? I think you should consider real estate. And he got her to get her license. A few months later, she joined his team.
Hmm.
And yes, and he told me this whole story about how she was 21 years old, mind you, how she went from swiping the card to, he says, here's her numbers. And he actually showed me the books. That month prior, I think she'd made like $23,000. The month prior to that, she made $31,000, and the month prior to that, she made like $18,000. And I
Wow.
said, "Well, how is she able to make so much money? She doesn't even have any experience. She's only been in the business a few months." And he says, "Well, we have what we call call time. You might remember what call time is. Do you remember what call time is,
Yes, when you
Vladimir?"
take the calls, when the calls are coming in.
Yeah, so back in the day, especially in California, everybody would advertise in these magazines and the newspapers, and so when people would call about a property,
To the main
it would
office.
ring into and
On the
whoever
website
was
for
on
you.
call time
Yeah.
would be able to get the call.
Yeah.
So someone would say, "Hey, I'm interested in this property on 123 Main Street." Right? Lisa picks up the phone and says, "Yeah, I'm happy to show you the property on 123 Main Street." Lisa didn't know anything about
Right.
real estate, right? But she was, friendly and affable, and I think she was decent looking, and so she took people around and showed them the house. They liked the house. She went back, wrote up the offer with the help of the brokerage. She didn't even know how to write the offer up,
Wow.
but making 3%, at the time of five, 600,000, $700,000,
Yeah.
doing that 2 or 3 times in a month, that's the type of money that you can make.
Right.
And I said to myself, she's making way more money than I am with this Ivy League education. I went to Cornell University. I think you know that, but I'll share that with the group.
I
Went to
thought you
Cornell
went to
University.
state Case.
I went to Case for business school. So I have my MBA
Okay,
from
okay, okay.
Case, and I'm an undergrad from Cornell. Yeah. So that's the story.